You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. As Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible.
Right, folks, there have been parents who have been losing their ever-loving minds as it relates to this whole COVID-19. It's amazing how parents can't handle being locked down with their kids. This is not just, trust me, an American thing. I'm going to show for you in a second this video from Israel, where this woman was just outside of her mind because of the whole deal. I'll pull up in a second. Just give me a second. There have been some other videos, and I'm trying to find those. There's a couple of black mothers who were just hot, mad, angry. And it's been, for a lot of us, it's been hilarious to see these reactions. But I think people are now realizing that, you know what? People talk about teachers and principals, but all these people having for the first time getting a taste of what life is like for their kids at home. Yeah, it has been certainly eye-opening. And so I'm going to have that video ready in just a second. But I want to go to bring a couple of our guests right now on this whole issue. Rodney Robinson of Virgie Binford Education Center, Richmond, Virginia. He's a 2019 National Teacher of the Year. And like I said, folks have been looking at, all around the country, parents having to deal with homework and all this sort of stuff. And they realize this stuff ain't easy. Check out this teacher here. Check this out.
זה לא נורמלי. מהבוקר, אנחנו רק ביום השני, מיליוני הודעות בוואטסאפ, יש לי 4 ילדים שאומרים, תדמיינו כמה וואטסאפים, כמה מורות לכל ילד, כמה מקצועות לכל ילד, יש לי רק 2 מחשבים בבית, הם רבים מהבוקר על המחשבים, אחד המורים של הבת שלי חי בסרט שהיא ב8 בבוקר תשב לראות אותו על המסך, היא ב8 בבוקר רק הופכת צד במיטה. מה נראה לכם? המורה למוזיקה של הבן הקטן שלי, היא שלחה תווים הבוקר. מה אני אעשה עם המידע הזה? מה, יש לי הרכב של איזו להקה? אני לא יודעת לקרוא תווים. שנייה, אני מוציאה קלרינט ויושבת עם הבן שלי לעזור לו עם התווים. די, חבר'ה, מורים, תנמיכו ציפיות, זה לא הגיוני. וכל היום, איך הילד מרגיש? איך שיצייר ציור? איך הילד מרגיש? הוא כל היום בפלאפון, טוב לו. ישנים טוב, אוכלים, לא מפסיקים לאכול. איך הוא מרגיש? שאלו אותי איך אני מרגישה. קורסת. אני עוברת מילד לילד. הנה מדעים, הנה מתמטיקה. הנה, חלס, גם איפה אני יודעת את כל הדברים האלה? עכשיו הילדים שלנו יעלו עלינו כמה אנחנו סתומים. זה לא לעניין, באמת. אני יודעת להפוך שבר מדומה. גם אם הוא מדומה, אני רוצה להבין משהו. למה צריך להתעסק איתו? הוא לא אמיתי, עזבו אותו בשקט. מה אני אומרת פה? גמרתם עלינו, זה רק היום השני. אם לא נמות מהקורונה, נמות מלמידה מרחוק. זהו, פרקתי. בבקשה, להוריד קצב, תניחו להם. שיהיה יום מהמם.
From the New York Post. That was too funny. Let's now go to Rodney Robinson. Rodney, there's a lot of parents who are like, I did not know all this stuff teachers went through.
Yeah, everybody's struggling right now. Nobody's really prepared for this, teachers and students included, especially the parents. But we just do the best we can to make do in this situation. The real problem is I think too many people are focusing on academics. Right now, we need to focus on the social, emotional well-being of our children. Their lives have been interrupted like never before, and they're struggling to handle all of this immediate change. So we really need to stop worrying about their academic ability and worry about their mental health and make sure that they're able to cope and survive and deal with the current situation.
But I think also what's happening is parents are also realizing the amount of work, the amount of homework and assignments and follow-up that kids are dealing with, which you not to say they are now sitting in the same position as the teachers. And it's kind of like, yeah, but you might only have 1, 2, 3, 4 kids. Now imagine being the teacher and you dealing with 20 or 30 in a classroom.
Yeah, it's a really trying time for parents. I think I was talking to Google the other week, and one of their most researched terms lately is how to thank a teacher, because parents are really appreciating the struggle that teachers are going through right now. And I'm really thinking about teachers who are parents, because you have to educate your students but at the same time provide an education to your kids all in the same 24 hours of a day. And that's really, really hard right now. And so I salute all the parents and all the teachers who are struggling and maintaining during these trying times.
We don't know how long this is obviously going to end. And so for the parents who are at their wits' end, what tips can you give them?
For the parents who are at their wits' end, I just say, keep striving, do what you can. I said earlier, this is something that has never happened before in the history of education. And so just do what you can. We know things are stressful right now. If you can't keep up with academics, just sit down and read a book with your kids. Have a family group study of a book. Literacy skills transfer no matter what subject you're doing. So just do what you can. Do not overburden yourself because we're struggling right now. Everyone's struggling. You know, people have bills, people are losing their jobs, family structures have been changed, and it's really added stress trying to keep up with such academic rigor. So take a step back and just read a book and just keep your kids updated on literacy skills. And then once schools open up, turn them back over to us and we'll meet them where they're at to give them the education that they need.
All right. Now, got either a question or comment from each panelist. I'm going to start with Chris.
So my question, I have nieces and nephews, and I know it's obviously, and first of all, congratulations to you. I know it's obviously been a challenging time, but so when you look at the school, and obviously now you look at parents practically homeschooling their students, do you think this is something that we can look at in a long-term perspective that we should look at in terms of just keeping students at home? Do you think it's more effective per se because they're in a family environment?
No, because ultimately kids need socialization. And schools are a place that teaches socialization skills as well as academic skills. You can't keep a kid at home their whole life, then say, hey, go out into the world and get a job and socialize with people when they have never dealt with people outside of their community. And as segregated a country as we are, if we keep kids at home, there are some people who will never see someone of an additional race or have interactions with someone of an additional race. So it's really important that we keep the school structure. But ultimately, this is a moment where we can reimagine what schools are. I think This is probably the biggest change to education since Brown versus Board. And it's really important that we reimagine what school could be so that all students can have great outcomes and become what they want to be in life. Right now, we know that's not happening in schools. COVID-19 has exposed a lot of inequities. And so as we go back to school, it's our opportunity to attack those inequities to give every student a fighting chance at a quality education.
Rob, but couldn't one argue that they're more focused? But couldn't one argue that they're more focused because it's more one-on-one as opposed to having their friends around distracting them and things like that? Any thoughts on that?
But who's one-to-one? When you're talking about kids that are doing well, you're talking about kids of privilege. A lot of my kids' parents are working and parents are struggling. They're essential workers. So they're not there to give them the one-on-one attention that they need. And so a lot of times when we're grading students right now, we're not grading academic ability, we're grading their privilege. Whether that's privilege to having technology, privilege to having parents who are there educating them, and this privilege. Yep. And it's really, really not a good idea to keep children at home.
Yeah, I mean, even to add to that, if you look at, first of all, you said it well, the folks that have privilege can do that. But even the folks with privilege, I can speak from experience, even if you have a job to do, you got to work from home, you're working 10 hours a day, and you have to manage how the kids are going to do, how they're going to do their jobs, how they're going to do their homework, and you got to put their lesson plans together. You have to do all that because the teacher is doing some of what they can, but they can only do so much. That is difficult even with privilege. Take all the privilege away, and you have a lot of our communities where they are the frontline workers. They are, so they can't even be there. So I want to really highlight what you just said. And by the way, thank you for the work you do as a teacher. I think teachers and all essential workers, which we learned what essential workers are not respected. So I'm glad everybody's getting all the thank yous. But as I say to people, if we're having to thank everybody all the time, that means they're not paid enough. So how can we make sure that after this you get more than a thank you? You get nice commercials that are $1 million commercials to thank everybody, so the companies can look better. How do we actually make sure that people that we can have something out of this moment to show us, okay, we need to actually pay teachers, we need to pay truck drivers, we need to pay the people at Amazon, not just make Jeff Bezos a trillionaire. Like, how do we make sure we use this moment to invest in people? Like you said, like, how can we do this? We can just take that as a micro point and invest in teachers. Like, because we know states, sorry to go on long when I'm passionate about this, like there are states that are talking about all this right now, how important teachers are, and they're cutting hundreds of millions of dollars in education at the same time.
Well, the reality is we have to organize, because as we go back to school, we know that budgets are going to be short, and we know that education is usually most cities and states, even the national government, that's their honeypot. If they need money for other programs, they take it from education. We need to make sure that that doesn't happen. We need to put people in the White House, put a Secretary of Education who actually cares about kids and all kids, not just those of privilege, and actually wants to put in policies that support teachers. Then we need to hold Congress accountable for funding our schools. We need to make sure that we have all the funding available for all kids to get an equitable education. And on a local level, we need to show up to these school board meetings. I spoke to several school board members who said if we had just had 7 people show up, I really could have changed policy. And if showing up isn't good enough, run for school board. That is the most democratic position in the United States, is running for school board, because you control curriculum, you control what your community prioritizes, and you control the future of the kids in your community. So just run for school board and advocate for those things. And teachers will have your back. And right now, parents will definitely have your back after experiencing what we go through every day.
Last question from Brittany. Brittany, last question.
Do you have an opinion in terms of when the schools should be opened back up? Do you think that we'll be prepared by September? And if we don't, like, what will be, I guess, what type of things do we need to worry about?
Well, the reality is we need to listen to science. We need to stop listening to politicians who have agendas or who are trying to open up the country. We need to stop listening to economists. We need to listen to science. And when the scientists say it's okay to go back to school, that's when we need to go back to school. Because if we're not, we're putting kids in danger. I saw a report that said all kids should be 6 feet apart. Well, if you're in a class with 50 students, there's no way possible for you to sit 6 feet apart. So it's really, we have to listen to the scientists, but at the same time, us in education, we need to be innovative. We need to attack all the issues to make sure all kids have access to technology, resources, and learning during this time period. Because school may look totally different once we finally get back to school.
All right, then. Look, we certainly appreciate it, man. Thank you so very much for all the work that you do. And keep it up. Rodney Robinson of course, Richmond, Virginia, the 2019 National Teacher of the Year. Thanks a bunch.
All right.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
This is the Ceek VR headset created by Mary Spiel, the sister. We had her on the show. Black woman. She actually is the inventor of this particular headset. And so what happens is you just simply place your phone right into here, and then of course close it up, and then go to their website and then their app, and you can actually experience the comedy showcase. And so they have these headsets, these VR headsets on their site, Ceek.com, for sale. Then also they have these 4D 360-degree headphones. First of all, I love the two stuff because they're in black and old gold, my frat colors. But these are awesome because for gamers, it comes with detachable headset, and again, folks, it gives you 360-degree sound. Amazing sound. If you want to buy these, you have a promo code you can use. This is just for our followers, and it is RMVIP2020. RMVIP2020. Put that promo code in if you want to buy the headphones, buy the VR headset. You get that discount to buy it. They're amazing. So Ceek.com, RMVIP2020.
Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.